It's phenomenal because it's the first time that I saw the entire enemy jungle, every single staircase, every single entry was just trapped.
Yeah.
He wasn't trapping for lanes, he was trapping for like map pressure. And that alone just made me go, wow, this hero is actually kind of broken if you play in this style.
It's really cool how they're just putting it out there too, right? They first two picked Sumail's hero, now they first two pick it probably again here. They're just saying, all right, let's see your solution.
But also, this is a drafting bit of pressure because when you're opening tiny like this, we've seen teams like Nigma do it, Virtus Pro do it, where they're kind of trying to be like, this is just our mid. And when the enemy just automatically picks a strong response to that tiny mid, you now doubt yourself. You're like, okay, maybe we have to put the tiny into a 4-roll. Maybe we can think of a new answer. But with OG, most likely they'll just, you know, stomach the lane and just go for it.
We've seen Saxa play tiny once so far this season.
Yeah, potentially they might be able to play.
Yeah.
I'm still not crazy about 4 tiny.
Exactly.
The role suits much better, at least for mid. It's lackluster because you don't provide team fight from a 4 position. You have to be really specific with the way you do play it. And they're covering this TA. So we see the Pugna ban, Thompson staple, also really good counter versus that TA in lane. And now they're starting to target Taiga a little bit here on the side of OG. He was such a nuisance. We didn't get the touchdown because there was such good stuff coming out from pretty much all the players of.
I like the fact that in that game though he went for a Vanguard to make himself a little bit tankier. The early damage would have been from right clicks and chrono, and then also the way that he uses his creep. Of course, we saw the center or mid lane, but it's always that vision tool.
Yes.
Some players will keep it close to them just to play around it, but he's always just sending it off first, and it's just unlocking the game and its simplicity. So yeah, a lot of respect now going towards the supports in the second phase bans.
And the cool thing about the Ench too, we were talking about limited ways to actually like push. That's the way that they got these early tier 1s. Like tier 1 bottom, it's a centaur creep, just hitting the tower, tanking first team. Same thing for mid. They did the same thing in Roche where they had him and the creep tanking it, so they could get that early Roshan advantage. So yeah, it's definitely a warranted ban when we've seen Taiga have such successful games on it.
Yeah. I guess the main thing here is when you think about TA, I put it in the same kind of department as a Morphling in the style of game that you're playing. So I'd like to see Mickey playing a very active core again.
Yes.
Like don't go from a farmer, you're going for like your Ember Spirits, maybe like even like a Gyrocopter. So you have a bit of mixed damage there, but when we shouldn't be seeing Liquid go for like a TA plus big creep hitter now.
I'm really wondering what their bans are going to be. Like, do they look to target the Darkseer again? Because that is one of those really annoying counters in the offlane that we do know that they love to play. Do they ban out even like a Bat Rider, which is a pretty good counter, at least in some situations? Okay. They're going to target the PL.
Yep. Blitz is showing us a new sitting in the chair technique.
It's just standard Blitz, doesn't
helps with the right calf gains, left calf not getting as much action. But
do not try this at home. It's not good for your posture.
By the way, did we see that Sumail shaved?
Yes, we did.
There
was a video on Insania's Instagram when he just shaved.
Big fan of it.
Wow.
I liked the beard.
The beard was good. The stash was not.
No. Oh, the stash is now gone too.
The stash is gone.
Oh, I only saw the stash. I'm like, yeah, I would prefer the beard, but no, now I need to see the video again. We'll see.
Who's taking their time on these spans here?
Yeah, right now OG's probably talking about, I think, Grimstrike as a hero. I think it simplifies Liquid's game again because it allows for this semi-core in the safe lane to be enabled by an aggressive 5. And just gives them the overwhelming fight because Liquid's timing right now is that quick Deso into double meld for Aegis.
Yep.
Play over the river and just apply so much pressure.
That is going to have to be the game, but being able to fight back. Because these TAs, I mean, this hero is just, you snowball so far out of control right now, and you're way better in late game now. If you do get to like level 25 as well too, like that refraction charges is ridiculous. They're banning those active safe laners, so they got the Void Spirit. I think that's a pretty cool one. AA doesn't really do much of anything versus a Void Spirit gets right on top of you, so definitely looking at that. Because Mickey, he's loved these kind of weirder 1 positions lately because they do have Sumail playing the 1 from mid.
But that's why TA and Morphling is so good, because you can just pick literally any creep, like any active core in safe lane, and you just kind of swap up the farm priority and you're still getting the same explosive physical damage, but it's now just from a different lane.
So who's ended up swooping through Broodmothers in the game, right? I think that was one that was banned last time.
Correct.
We have seen Topson, play a couple Willow mid games in his pubs, but I would still assume it's just a tiny mid Willow 4. Yeah, that's like the simplest approach, but
we've seen Saxa do.
I was going to say, like, please don't be too crazy here.
Saxa has had definitely some good performances on the Willow. I think teams were picking it a lot in the beginning, then started straying a little bit away from it. But it is good to burn refraction charges. It's a good team fight tool as well, and you're enabled nicely for my Vortex.
Yep.
Question is, do they still go for Grimstroke on Liquid? That's still available. I still think that's a very, very safe pick because again, in drafting against these tier 1 teams, if you pick a hero that's a bit kind of niche, countering it feels so good, but picking like more generic heroes, it's like the equivalent of picking like a Rubik into Enigma. It's like a free pick, and this is where like the +5 in this scenario is somewhat a free pick, mainly because you don't see the offlane. You just get yourself through the draft.
I see no mustache.
Yeah,
Much better.
I like it. There's a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
Don't mind it.
He's a hairy boy.
Don't mind it at all.
OG's
Oh,
turn
wow,
to
here for the
pick.
pick.
Ooh, wow.
Ooh.
All right.
A grave way to save a hero, even if you are blasted. They always look for something.
So, is this... Because Snapfire and Dazzle, who do you want as your 4 more often than not? Like, we've seen No-Teal play Dazzle. Like, they're actually one of the few teams
10
other than
seconds
Rasmus who played it
remaining.
on the offlane in one of the first series. We've seen No-Teal play it
5
against Team
seconds
Secret
remaining.
successfully as position 5.
Have we seen any like one position?
I'm currently doing the
I was
research.
about to can you get on it? Maybe
I'm
there'll be
looking,
something-
Chief. I'm
something
looking.
I don't think
Like
that's
the
going to be
Mickey
the case.
Dazzle?
I don't think it'll be the case, but I mean potentially they can flex it. Also, let's look at this minus armor in team fights. I see 3 heroes. Well, Tiny, sure, you get your Grow,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
very tanky, but Willow, one of the lower armor heroes, same thing for AA. We got Bad Juju, we got Little Shredder, we got Meld.
Is there more?
Beastmaster.
Can we Quattro down?
Okay, so out of all the players on Liquid, Insania is the only one that has been playing it.
Okay.
And it is
Okay.
like a Mana Boots Glimmer into the like a medallion style.
Sure, but that's a 5.
But it has
Yeah.
only been one showing
10
in the pub
seconds
scene,
remaining.
of which he did lose 22 hours ago. But that is most likely the most
5
logical step for it
seconds
to be.
remaining.
A way to protect heroes for sure.
Ooh, we see
Always
the
cool.
Beastmaster as well. I like that idea just for the fact that. Oh no,
I was going to say the Brood got left. You have
forget about it.
You gotta
There
remember
it
about
is.
the Brood.
Whew.
They're smiling. They're really happy with that.
Yeah.
It's TA Brood, like the active. You can get super active. You control so much of the map too. Traps, spiders. You're gonna have so much information.
And OG fully subscribed to the idea of playing lanes and skirmishing the map, and this
Yes.
is where Brood does not get punished by that. Unless you're skirmishing into that lane, it's going to be pretty difficult. And we also need to remember, we've got the Dazzle Hill Bomb onto
10
Spider Link.
seconds remaining.
Oh, yeah.
Old classic.
That's a classic, yeah, exactly.
Used to be big fans of that. I know
5
if
seconds
Howie's watching
remaining.
out there, we used to do Brood Dazzle all the time in our games ages ago.
We have just been messaged that we should look out for the Liquid Lycan to have the Dazzle jungle with the wolves. I don't know if this
That's
is
what we used to do with. So
thing.
this is some like TI2, TI3 stuff that people used to do with Brood. You jungle with the spider.
Yeah, but obviously you can't.
You
'cause he's-
technically do it with Courage too.
Team Liquid's
Correct.
turn
That's
to
what we did
ban.
see people do that ages ago.
Yeah,
That's not grief. That's
I'm
not
just
grief.
saying,
Don't give people in the chat ideas.
you can do anything if you put your mind to it.
So, you know, they're trying to at least one up a bit with vision, get information.
Yep.
Beastmaster will always provide that to at least get info around Roche, because you know they inevitably will go there. So I do like at least that.
But do you want the
10 seconds
Beastmaster to be
remaining.
more of the wave clearing style Beastmaster, pivoting less on auras and going
5
back to the
seconds
Axe? Even though it's slightly
remaining.
nerfed, they need a way to deal with
They need a
the,
way to deal.
the wave clear.
Yeah.
So potentially you might see a resurgence of the Axe, or it could just be straight, you know, tank up, be that front line, and now you have the BKB Piston stun for when TA blinks in, you kill her really quick, and then suddenly this Brood who doesn't provide team fight is watching from a distance as there's a disconnect in positioning.
Do you think this is a Mickey Brood or a Koifa Brood?
I would assume,
should be Koifa.
I would say, yeah, Koifa
Probably
Brood.
Koifa, right? Yeah, but
Mickey
it's
doesn't
still-
really play Brood. Koifa is Brood.
I would imagine so. Yeah. I just was, wondering if they
10
could still, there's
seconds
still
remaining.
flex
This
possibilities.
is that
we-
rare scenario that it could also be like the Mickey Snapfire, Koifa Brood,
5
the Dazzle's
seconds
laning with
remaining.
Brood, and Mickey just playing more aggressive style of core. But it's all about
They've done
someone
that.
playing mid. They have done that
They've done that.
roles flexibility before. But that's kind of where I'd be aligning myself here.
I'm seeing a lot less team fight coming out this game, which makes me a little sad because I
Oh.
do love seeing all the team fights. but
Skirmishes,
lots of
though.
small skirmishes and
Team
pickoffs and
Liquid's
stuff like that,
turn
though, that
to
can't
pick.
come out. They see the slot ban, they cover the tide ban. Almost fell out of my chair.
No, it's fine.
Do it.
Drunk on
I was,
Dota.
I was excited.
All right, they're giggling, they're happy. They know
They
they got
are.
the Brood, but there's still one more pick.
They're like, they don't know what our roles are. Look at us, because there is all this. Look, Insignia's like, guys,
calm down.
I'm not picking Gyro. Look, he's now talking. He's like, we could do Snap 1.
Yeah,
we could do Snap I
we
think
know.
they're switching stuff up a little bit.
they
They're
are.
being flexible.
They are very happy with themselves right now, and they should be. They're one game up in the series, but if they nail
He
it,
doesn't like Tiger doesn't like it. He's out. He's like, nope. And then,
okay.
He's like, that's a cool idea.
That's a nice idea. I like that. I rate that so much. Oh,
What is that
Oh no!
phase?
I've never seen that
I've never
face from
seen that
No-Tail
face from
before.
No-Tail.
That's kind of like when like your like Visage picker or your Techies picker comes over to you and says, "Mate, this is the game.
Dude, it's a meepo game.
This is a meepo
Yeah,
game."
like, it's like one of those games, and you're like, you know,
Yeah.
You don't really know why, but you trust him. And so,
I mean, smiles all around
damn.
Roji as well.
These final picks better live up to the
Oh,
expectation.
okay.
Yeah, look, I mean,
Okay, but
Who's
maybe.
going
We
Okay.
still don't know. Mars,
All right,
we
go ahead.
know. For that Koi for playing that? Make
Stand
it in for
still.
so Warcry, right? They're trying to
Sure.
counteract all
Okay,
that minus
that's true.
armor.
All right,
Okay.
They've got the combo with the AA, the lane
They do,
strength.
yeah.
And it's a way to deal with fighters.
Laning,
Just
okay.
a hard stun.
Dazzle 5. Okay, they're playing it normally. Nothing too crazy here.
Matu was the one who, I think Matu was the one who said the Sven's annoying to play against, right? Because it's a stun. You know, if you just
Exactly.
get stunned, you can get followed up and
Alright,
killed.
guys, I
And
know
now
we
you have
probably lost this game,
kind
but
of
we
two
can
ways to
still
deal
do
with the
this.
spiderling, sorry. So you have Sven and you have Beastmaster with axes.
I like Sven when he has an enable as well, like inner beast. I think the attack speed is actually really important for a hero like Sven.
I guess the main thing is just the kiting potential for Liquid, where you have the cookie, you got a grave, TA with the blink and the refractions, you got Broodmother running over webs, Marzarin. Like there's a lot of soft ways that if Sven has a difficult game, it can be really hard to get clean damage. But if you have an item advantage, you're going to rip through them.
Fraction's quite good versus Sven.
I just want to remind everybody that if OG
worry,
lose this
don't worry,
game, they are playing in the tiebreaker to avoid elimination.
Wow.
I also want to point out that if that means that Liquid win the game, they are guaranteed second and make it to the group stage of the major. If we're going to a third game, there's other scenarios, but I want just people to know that that is at stake here. There's a lot to play for, and I'm curious to hear both their opinions. Who you favor?
I think for me, the OG has a little bit of an advantage. Early have my issues.
Yeah.
That was good English, but still.
Sure.
It's just the idea when they do connect, you have a Raw, you have Dark Willow, and that
Yeah.
could be the turnaround that stops TA from being the explosive one, because it is all about TA now.
But you like the draft regardless on the side of Liquid a little bit better.
I like
Working.
Liquids because they've got some clever stuff going on. You know, Mick is playing all these weird. They've got the snowball factor. I've been waiting to see some more TA too. So
I'm waiting to see some brawling going on here in this game too. I hope we get that. I know our commentary team is ready for this as well. It's over to Cap and Kyle.
You're not afraid.
That's right. I do kind of agree if they were panelists. I was a little sad. Midland's team fight. That first game was very fun, but there is going to be a lot of skirmishing here. It does feel like it's not OG, but Liquid rather, who threw a bit of a curveball into the mix with a late Broodmother pickup.
I mean, we saw this play out yesterday in Secret versus Brame in a similar scenario. There was a Willow, there was a Beastmaster going up against the Big Spider. This time, it's a Skywrath replaced by an AA, but same concept where Liquid are just going to be able to abuse the map control. They're going to get tons of vision all around, and it becomes incredibly difficult for these OG squishies to stay alive because you catch an Orchid and Spider Armor runs at you, you're just dead.
I am much happier.
30
I'm not sure if
seconds to battle.
you heard my Broodmother rant earlier
Yes.
on the previous series. I am quite happy with OG's choice of carry. I feel like Naga Siren, Troll, Alchemist, Sven. Like
Okay.
those are your like four go-to like safe lane carries that can really deal with Broodmother very well. So I'm pretty happy with this last pick of OG, and you've got an Ancient Apparition paired up with it. So feels like a bit of a dream.
Yeah, we saw VP a couple weeks ago deal with an offlane Brood in a similar fashion. They had the Troll AA, and they just killed the Brood. No spiders until level 6, so you're really not the greatest laner. Hold up.
Okay. Being nice and aggressive with this Mars, and it knows he's dead.
I'm Gabe Newell.
And
You've just
he
achieved
will
first
give
blood.
the first blood.
Thanks and have fun.
Do this.
Not bad. Not bad. Liquid coming out firing. And once again, it'll be Thompson
work,
mid on the
man.
Tiny. This time, Sumail on the TA.
Nice
This is a
work.
Sharp.
relatively
You need to be like
TA
sharp.
favorite matchup. I think why they're confident to take it in the first two. And a lot of confidence from Sumail. Seeing a lot of commentary that in that last game, Sumail was the only person playing to win. And Liquid doubled down, giving him credit. There were some mistakes made, to be fair.
It was a messy game of Dota. But that in some ways, I know you like the term unforced errors and forced errors. That was kind of a bit of a mixture of both,
Yeah,
right?
for
It
sure.
was a high tempo game where naturally some messiness was going to occur.
Yeah, OG will certainly need to step it up if they want to play better. Or if they want to advance, rather.
Oh, nice double stun once again. Trying to use the cold feet to apply, but Broodmother is fast enough to be able to get out of that chain stun combo, it seems.
And on top, what is it going to be? It's a Mars versus Beastmaster in the safe lane, so I think that's relatively Liquid favored as well. Down here, they will have dangers, though. Brood needs level 6. We don't see much Dazzle nowadays.
No.
You had a theory. It could be true, where it's the jungling with wolves strat, but replaced with spiders. Where at some point some spiderlings will be given control up to Insania, and then he'll jungle with them.
I had that there.
Somebody did. It might have been
I'm
ESPN.
a genius. That's a great idea. That wasn't me. I bet it was Robson, honestly. He's the kind of guy that goes silly stuff like that. And they do manage to pick up a second kill here in this bottom lane, and Taiga still survives. Anna had nothing left in the tank, and Stania very likely to die here. Fairy Fire prolongs his life a little bit longer, but he does eventually fall. Sox is going to have to go into the trees when the spear is up. And so that will be healing salve that is lost to OG.
Harass coming out on Koifa. Went for the Orb of Venom build. It's pretty standard.
Right. Anna's, he's got another mango, but he is just so aggressive. And yeah, he's just dead. I'm not. He had to have known Taiga was coming back about that time. I mean. And if anything, Liquid wants to fight you there. Whenever you get a hard cam pull off, right, you naturally want to get aggressive so they can't interfere with the pull.
No comment on that one.
Odd indeed.
It's still too early to really tell, of course, but Liquid, you can see the game advantage, I think, is just really good for them. However, do keep in mind, it's been a running joke, but Liquid have yet to be able to break the curse of win game 1, lose game 2. So OG, if they can't play better, at least they'll have fate on their side.
I believe Blitz said that they are the kings of 2-1. Whichever way that goes, they are the kings of 2-1. And I mean, maybe that's to their credit. Alliance are also the kings of 2-1. Look where they ended up. So
yeah, it's wild though. It's 6 weeks of Dota 2, and a lot of times, I think we've only had, I think it was 6 matches over the entire course of this season that actually ended 2-0. So a lot of BO1s determining where teams actually ended up in the standings. Oh, they got the coaching.
Oh, that one does land. It looks like Koifa wasn't able to get fast enough with the Lexio. It's coming out. Anna, he also has the miss percentage chance on him. Koifa's going to keep going. They have the cookie on top of No Tail. They pick up both the kills. 100 HP, Kyle, from being the difference of getting a core kill or losing 2 lives.
I thought that was supposed to beat Brood in lane, Cap. This is going terribly.
It really is.
For OG, and you can't really recover as well. It's a very tough game to play Sven from behind, because you can assume Brood, the moment you leave lane, is going to start pushing your tower with spider pressure, and there's going to be a TA dropping traps all over your side of the jungle.
Yeah, this is certainly not going the way I expected. Oh, the shot just before he went out of vision. Healing salve canceled, but does keep him alive, and apparently he had a backup too. How's mid lane going? 28-4, 24-4? Is this what you would expect? Like TA Tiny?
Yep. It was definitely another one of those matchups that's benefited the Tiny more so, because you just get free runes, so it's easier to sustain. You're taking so much damage from the side blade spam.
That was cute. Do you see that? Sumail popping the glyph in order to make sure the creeps don't die. So if he does get tossed back, the creeps are still taking the aggro of the tower. And also potentially denying some CS. Little plays like that from mid laners I always think are so cool.
Yeah, I remember talking to Fear and Bulb about this way back in the day. Sumail is a real pain, or at least he used to be, to commit to replay review. He would watch the first 3-4 minutes of the mid lane, be like, ah, damn it, and turn it off. He cares not about mid-game rotation.
Dominating, I guess.
Another kill. No Tail.
So much for that business.
Beginning to think this is the difference between Snapfire and Ancient Apparition in lane is Thompson almost being run down. Baits it out, had a Fairy Fire.
Was that delivered by the courier?
I think it was, because I have to imagine Sumail would have already known, like, oh, he doesn't have anything left, but the courier may have actually just delivered a clutch Fairy Fire to keep him alive. Koifa gonna be okay immediately. They turn around. I think the minus armor plus the Silken Bola just means they can always man fight. It's the Snapfire Brood is too deadly.
Yeah, especially now that they've got that advantage, the kills they've amassed. There's the Soul Ring. Spider Spam will come online the moment Koifa hits 6. He's halfway there.
Dire's middle tower.
And I fear
under
for No
attack.
Tail. The moment a couple of spiders are up, he's gonna take a shredder and you got a cookie away. I'll just take the cold feet. Cliff is strong enough to duel.
Yeah.
Nice ward.
Swiftly to the temple's defense.
And this is all like this pressure that's happening is without the Broodmother getting level 6. So once the spiders start being picked up, even if he may not be able to use them in lane the best, Insania in some trouble at top lane, being chased down by the boar.
Dire's middle
But
tower
Mickey
is under attack.
is a wall that stands between him and his defensive support.
This top lane, you can tell Mickey going for the blades of attack before the chainmail. So that should tell you all you need to know about how well top lane's going for Liquid. Smell a little bit of trouble, has refraction.
Yeah, he does have refraction, but it's being burned through pretty quickly with a full wave of creeps there. Saksa. Looks like we're able to finish off Insania there, but bottom lane continues to go poorly for OG. Ana is dead again.
And it's not going to get any easier. Koifa is now level 6. The Taiga is on a mega kill streak. He is almost level 6. Oh my god, it's 8 minutes into the game.
Radiant's bottom
I don't know
tower
how
is
you
under
survive
attack.
bottom. I don't actually know who the hell OG put down here to deal with the pressure.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be able to rain cookies as spiders skitter over and find any support. And yeah, Ana makes the wise decision. He gets the hell out of here.
Right as they get aggressive to go on the kill onto Seb. Almost get him, but he is bailed out by his stick charges. And now they turn around with a primal
Radiant's
roar.
bottom
Mickey,
tower is
he
under
does
attack.
have stick charges himself. You can see him kind of trying to bait in Ana. Ana will not swallow that bait. He'll back up and just go for creeps. But Sumail, course crown on him. One last
Radiant's
shot
bottom
on
tower
Thompson.
is
But
under
now
attack.
the turnaround with the avalanche and the last couple of hits in from Saksa. The meld isn't going to allow him to survive.
Radiant's
There was
structures
already.
are
Oh, he
fortified.
tries to get some bottle hits in, but it's not good enough. The sentry placed preemptively in the river to deal with traps. That's why he couldn't stay melded.
They needed that kill. Once again,
Radiant's
Sumail,
bottom
he's
tower
got
is
the
under
courier
attack.
and Thompson one swipe away from a double death, but ultimately ends up dying there. You need to make that play if you're OG, because
Radiant's
bottom
bottom
tower
tower
was
is
lost the
falling.
moment on a TP top. And you have some major issues now.
Oh, really?
Whoa. Seb,
They're unstoppable.
And he's gone! Taiga! All in's on it. He tries to hop into the Roshan pit to maybe try and get it denied, but an unstoppable streak is fed to Ana. That is not insignificant.
Yeah, I don't know if that's worth. Snep had just finished his Home of the Dominator, so didn't lose any gold. As you said, huge streak
Dire's
going to
middle
Ana,
tower
your hard
is
carry,
under
and
attack.
Snep was with no roar
Radiant's
and
bottom
no
tower
boots anyway,
is
so
under
that's
attack.
pretty much a free teleport in his
Radiant
eyes.
structures are fortified.
Plus the extra one from death. Easy 100 gold, he'll say.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, guys. I know we
And
probably
they also
lost
got
this
a
game, but we can
ward
still
kill
do
on top
this.
of everything else. Mickey, about to be pressured, but this is not your ordinary safe lane carry.
Dark light.
Having an offlaner in the safe lane position does mean that you can kind of park it out there. I mean, nobody really wants to go on a Mars who's level 7.
Yep.
Radiant's
This
bottom
is
tower
what makes
is under
Liquid seem so
attack.
strong right now. They have this
Dire's
ability to run
top tower
what are
is under
effectively
attack.
double offlaners, while Sumail then is able to play the hard carry from mid. So he's just free farming now, coming back up to clear
Radiant's
some stacks.
bottom
Look at
tower
Koifa, yeah.
is
Our
under
spider
attack.
cam. He's uncontested. He's attacking a tier 2 before
Dire's
10
top
minutes,
tower
and no one
is
is
under
there,
attack.
and no one can go there to stop him.
Yeah, I mean, OG,
Who responds?
If the Sven's lane went okay, maybe he could do it. Beastmaster doesn't have maxed out axes.
Dire's top
Tiny
tower
is
is
just a
under
one
attack.
toss in the
Radiant's
tree, but he doesn't
bottom
have that
tower
every
is
time. And
falling.
now Thompson not even being able to stay mid lane as a smoke up from Liquid. They say you can stack as many heroes as you want
Radiant's
in the
middle
top
tower
tower.
is
That's the
under
least
attack.
important tower in the game right now. We're taking your tier 2, now we're pressuring your mid.
That is
to come.
massive
Dire's top tower
advantage for
is
Liquid,
under attack.
because now
Radiant's
you can just
middle
control
tower
this
is
bottom
under
output.
attack.
It's 10 minutes into the game, Cap. That is a lot of XP they're going to
Dire's
suck away
top
from
tower
OG.
is falling.
Oh, absolutely. Terrorize is going to be... Oh, no, it fell on
Radiant's
Roshan.
middle tower
And
is falling.
Thompson will pay for that. A lethal error from him. And now No Tail. Uh-oh. The Broodmother's out of the bottom lane. He's being let loose on the rest of the world now. Bunch of spiders die, but well worth the cost of an ancient apparition.
Maybe this was the strat, you know, guys, we can't win game 2 anyway, so let's pick something as annoying and potentially cheesy as possible. And right now, you said, and I agreed really, that the AA Sven would be a good answer to the spider, but it has done absolutely nothing. and you've now got OG forced to play 30% of the map with their entire draft. The entire, look at, you can just, they're not wards, but you can see the bottom jungle and who's in possession of it. Koifa just has webs all throughout. At his leisure, he can look to connect towards mid, but for now, I think just control the outpost.
Highest amount of building damage at 11 minutes on any
Radiant's
hero,
bottom tower
and that
is
is
under
not
attack.
surprising. He has just had a full reign of the bottom lane, and now you're going to start seeing him exert some pressure on either the tier 3, maybe he tries to take over more of the mid lane. Either way, he's going to be creating a lot of space for TA just to hit Ancients. Okay, he's going to be the one being gone on here, but a Brambles misses.
And keep in mind what's at stake here, Cap. Liquid, they win this, guaranteed second place.
Dominating the
Run
front.
down easily. I'm not even sure what he's doing down here. I mean, this is not the place to be. Maybe top is a better place, but Samael links up with Mickey to help make a kill happen. Immediately TP's down to refill his bottle on an arcane ring.
And this just blows my mind. So, Liquid win, they're second place. They go to the major with 400 points. They need to perform. They might get themselves a TI invite. Nigma would go as a wild card, but OG guaranteed would need to play a qualifier for TI.
Back over, Primal War to Azul to make sure there's no shallow grave to bail out Mickey. But now, Anna stuck inside the arena is being nailed by Mortimer's Kiss. His very excellent shot, Taiga.
Take that trade. Every time, this is Liquid fighting at a numbers disadvantage. Koifa farming at least 500 GPM in the meantime, so long as you get the trade there, you're happy.
Radiant's bottom tower
Look
is
how
under attack.
defensively Liquid is playing in some of these situations, because,
Yeah.
I mean, Koifa can't help. That's the downside, is that, like, rotating as a Broodmother sucks, but it could be a good combination if they can burn through the fraction. Ice Blast is going to come in, though. Terrorize goes out. The Shallow Grave is going to keep alive for now, and now Thompson's the one in trouble. He does end up dying to No Tail, ticked out eventually, as Ice Blast did do its work, but you can still catch up. Koifa is going to look to slow him down further. He's going to go for 7 even. He's ignoring No Tail for a much higher value kill. Slowing him
middle
down,
tower is
playing
under
the
attack.
outskirts, the Curse Crown, the Spiders are going to be drug away, and eventually Koifa should
They're
be able to get this
unstoppable.
kill, no problem. A fresh round of Spiders. If he wants, he could just start transferring all his aggression down to the top lane.
He did use a lot of webs for that, however. Only one charge remaining, so he's going to have to be a little conservative now. But yeah, you make a really good point. Liquid, they read the map quite well. It's not really the most difficult spot when Koifa is just saying, hey guys, there is still nobody bottom. But they're playing to hug the tier 2 top because OG's only move is to try and swap jungles and take over Liquids.
It's not a matter of intelligence, but discipline,
Indeed.
right? It's like everybody knows OG can't play the bottom half of the map, but you gotta just be reminding yourself, okay, that means they are going to be 5 in our jungle a lot. All we have to do is just not die to it, and maybe even get the right kind of team fights here with an initiation on the top, so they may have just burst down the most
That was
important
unreal.
the start of the team fight
Killing
without
spree.
getting anything off. He chucks the tree, but that's it. Now Seth being run down. He's gonna have to use the Primal Roar to be able to have a chance to stay alive here. The Ice Blast over the top, but they don't really have much to follow it, as Liquid have surely won this team fight and have definitely claimed the Aegis for themselves, as OG don't really have anything left.
Yeah, Sumelin for the farming build too. He is max meld. Already with the death, so no blink needed. Okay, rushed one. And realistically, as you said, like they're comfortable just out farming on the map.
Oh, Anna!
Describe it. What a
Mickey
bounty.
catches him farming Cookie to stop the TP. And now Anna is definitely dead. That was a cute little play. Mickey was trying to hide and had vision to
It's the
prevent the
monster
stun.
tonnage.
Liquefied innards, my favorite.
Don't be negative here. How does OG get back into it? But really, they need Liquid to make some sort of egregious misstep. Like, every Mars arena, it's a blink combination. Mickey just hits the spear. That's going to be a kill. They have the cookies to drop in. Sumail has Aegis, a DD, a Blink soon to arrive, unless he just purchased something else. Might have been, what was that, like a Dragon Lance? Yeah, I like this. I like the no Blink. When you're ahead like this, just all in on stats, because you don't need a Blink. Mickey will be your initiation. Just try and have that max distance. Very nice in a game like this.
Now, Liquid does have, as you kind of
Radiant's
talked about,
middle
like two
tower is under
offlaners,
attack.
basically. No tail. One hit is almost enough. A spear almost connecting into the trees. A Primal Roar going. Seb has nowhere to run to.
Beast in me.
He ran in, but nobody else from OG can help with that.
You can't play. They've died 24
Dire's
times in
top
17
tower
minutes,
is
Cap.
under attack.
Yeah.
They don't have a bottom outpost. This
Radiant's
XP
middle
gap
tower
is
is
getting
under
bigger and
attack.
bigger as the minutes tick by. That's the same edge Liquid had like 35 minutes
Radiant's
into that
middle
last game
tower
in terms of
has
XP.
fallen.
Look at that. You saw that side blade?
Yeah, no. They changed the side blades, making it so it amplifies your actual range is just hilarious.
Oh, thank you. You stack these for the Sven. I'll take them.
Okay, so they basically have two offlaners on the side of Liquid, right? That does mean that they are going to drop off, right? Mars, Broodmother, standing past 30 minutes isn't really their forte.
Yeah.
Do you think that OG has the heroes to be able to beat the carry of Liquid, which is TA in this case?
Oh, for sure. They just need a lot more time. You need to check out Koifa's build. He's going for the pipe into Ag's build. He has arcane boots. Like, this hero is not played to win after 30 or 40 minutes.
Thompson has a TP up in a second, but there is now Cookie, so he's going to go to the TP and realize, oh, Taiga's here too.
Godlike.
Never mind.
People just stay out of bottom. I know it's tough, but OG, there's nothing good for you down here.
Oh, hey, this is a big kill. Ice Blast and all the damage that Dark Willow provides.
Look how
Right
straight
on
Radiant
heroes.
structures
No
are
Tail's
fortified.
TPing out from just in front of the tier 3, and they've got to because it looks like Liquid might be able to pressure the actual base of OG, but this is honestly how you have to play it from here on out. Just try to delay, obfuscate, defend your base when necessary, but nobody should be venturing past that little OG mark in this
Radiant's
bottom
bottom
lane.
tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is
Yeah,
under
with the double
attack.
damage TA, looking like it's set. Going for the back again, straight up Primal Roar on Dazzle and then runs away.
There they go.
What was that?
What the?
That was the weirdest hit and run I've ever seen.
You're supposed to flee the scene, not... What? I mean, at this point, maybe you're a bit lost if you're OG. Even gods may bleed. This is not a very easy game
Radiant's
to
bottom
find some sort of
tower
comeback
is
mechanic.
fallen.
Maybe a toss back?
I think that's... They are in dire measures. They have to go for one of those really crazy plays where they get a toss back into the tier 4 area. The toss back is here, but it's a toss Anna back to stay alive.
That's the wrong
Radiant's
fountain,
bottom
Anna.
towers are under
That's not, he's not supposed to be in his own.
Brambles catching several heroes. Koifa almost setting up his team with a curse crown. Actually stuns up mid-game for now, but mid-game still finds the opportunity. Skinner Arena catching all these heroes. Now starts lining up the damage. Already killing Anna, now going for Thompson. Thompson stunned
happened
up.
again.
He is dead as well. 2 cores
Radiant's
out.
After
bottom
9
tower
kills,
Doesn't
doesn't
have any
help.
damage here.
Killing was right
Zarksa
away.
gets 2 shot by Sumail, and even Insania living. It's like
Radiant's
public
bottom
enemy number 1. They just keep on going for the Dazzle, and it goes to show how bad this fight went for OG. They couldn't even kill the 5 position.
And you gotta say, this new Liquid is terrifying, man. Like, Koifa, even from the offlane, offers the same sort of hero versatility. Sumail just straight up bodying anybody. And Mickey now free to play more of these initiator-style 1 positions. Whoever's playing Snapfire for the squad also looks on point, and thus far, this is a pretty dominant performance. They are crafting themselves a path to the major. Second melee barracks, a moment from falling.
Koifa scribbling away. Ice Blast was going in, but a blink away to Cookie out. Everybody from Liquid
Dominating
just
performance.
return fire on Thompson. Liquid are indeed doing it. Not in the same kind of climactic way that LD was referring to. This is a much cooler and confident doing it. They are just systematic. systematically destroying OG. Pick off by pick off, fight by fight, building by building. Liquid
Radiant's middle
are
barracks
establishing
are under
total
attack.
dominance
Mega kill.
and are securing
Shortage.
themselves second place here at the Western
Radiant's
European
middle tower
DPC.
is under
Radiant's
attack.
man and OG, they go from heroes to cheerleaders because at this point, their best bet at getting the TI involves EU doing as well as humanly possible the major. We've got a shot right now with this loss of an OG versus Nigma TI Finals rematch, potentially
Radiant's
just to
middle
get
tower
to
is
TI
falling.
with one squad being forced to watch from home. Smell, they don't quite give him the fountain.
Not quite.
Radiant's top tower
Pop the god
is under
strength, but of
attack.
course the reflection
They're
is
unstoppable.
allowing him to ignore all of that damage and kill some
Killing
spiders,
spree.
but that's all he's going to be killing here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As always, Team Liquid.
Victory.
And they like look almost surprised, like I think they'd be giving me more of a pop off.
I thought we were supposed to go to Game 3.
Yeah.
Isn't that our normal
Smel's bored. She's like, guys, like I have harder matches in my pubs when I'm smurfing in NA.